All right. Well, welcome everybody to the Works for the Next webinar for Edgevision. Edgevision is a computer vision-based transportation flow analytics. With me today is Vyacheslav Lukin from
Hey
Edgevision.
everyone.
And he's going to be giving us the presentation. As always, ask any questions you have in the question and answer section of the Zoom webinar interface, and we will answer them as we go. So, Slava, you man. You take over.
Okay.
Tell us about Edgevision.
Thank you, Tony. Hi everyone. I'm so glad that you are able to find time and join us today. First of all, I will briefly describe and introduce our company. Then I tell you what is Edgevision Accidents and why we created it. And after that, we will have a look on how it works and how integration with an X is done. At last, there will be a Q&A session, so prepare your questions. Let's jump in. As you'll already know, my name is Vyacheslav, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Edgevision. Edgevision is a technology company, and we introduce traffic analytics on existing infrastructure, basically anywhere. We have an R&D center in Innopolis. It's a brand new city, IT capital of Russia, and we have 5 computer vision engineers. Also, we partnered with Intel and NVIDIA companies, and for you it means that you always will have up-to-date, thoroughly tested solutions, timely support, and request for future implementations.
So Slava, you said Innopolis is real close to Moscow?
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's around 800 kilometers. So it's kind of a big number, but for Russia, it's pretty close city.
Close for Russia.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so actually our solution is pretty simple. All you have to do as an operator is just analyze a single picture to validate whether our plugin provided you with an actual car crash accident or it was misunderstanding of road conditions. As you probably know, any machine learning system could not guarantee 100% accuracy. So that's why the final decision is left for the operator. Nevertheless, operator gets all the required information, such as image of an accident, precise timing, the confidence level. That means how sure the system is that the given road conditions have a car crash. You also can create, yes, Tony. You also can create rules. You can navigate among accidents with bookmarks. And what is important for us and for system improvement, you can toggle the feature to send captured accidents to the external server. That means our server, where we can use this data to improve the plugin decisions. Also, to get in the technologies a little bit, our system works with the 15 frames and not in a single picture. That's why we can actually provide these 15 frames as a short video to the operator to make a decision. But unfortunately, it's not supported yet by an X server.
Hey Slava, the confidence level, how does that come through? Like, is it a number?
Yeah, it's just a number. I probably will show you. It's here on the.
Oh. So the confidence level of 0.418, would that be a low or high?
It's kind of lower than average. The higher, the better.
So in general, like when you pump video through a neural network like this, The confidence level is generally represented as between 0 and 1. Is that right?
Yes.
And,
Yeah,
and the
that's
closer
right.
you are to 1, the more
The better.
confident, like 100%, like 1 would be 100% confident, right?
Yeah, that's right, Tony.
And so 44.418 would be like a 42% confidence.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. So our plugin was developed with NX Metadata SDK. Currently, it works with 4.0 powered by NX products. We use Linux servers. I don't see any barriers to use Windows servers as well, but we didn't test it. To set up plugin, all you have to do is just copy and paste the plugin into the right folder, configure connections to the camera, and enable the plugin. Basically, our plugin doesn't try to understand which objects are colliding. So we just learn our machine learning algorithm on all kind of accidents. So we detect car to car and car to pedestrian. So we tested our system on the following hardware. That's why we recommend to use this kind of configuration. That is a CPU-based server. We don't provide GPU right now, but we can introduce it as well if there is a demand. At least 4 GB of RAM for each camera, and like free space, but it's not, we do not account for recording of video. It's just for the plugin to work. Before we go to the demo, I want to discuss a little bit why we created the EV accidents. As probably you know, the number of shipped cameras is increasing exponentially. This means that number of video streams per single human operator also increasing. And to work effectively, one operator can work with 3 to 4 monitors. If there is more monitors, the effectiveness will decrease. So there is a dilemma. Increased number of operators or improve operation centers in terms of how the monitors configured and placed to work more effectively for the same number of operators. But nevertheless, these two options are pretty costly. To wrap up, our plugin would be beneficial for you if you already have similar experience. And if you're not, probably you still want to test our plugin capabilities in order to mitigate the risk of having such experience in the future. Let's review an example with Missouri State in United States. The government loses almost $1 billion each year on fatalities and crashes. And you can see that medical cost is only a little part of the total cost. Almost 80% of fatalities is working population. So why is it happening? We found a research paper in this Missouri State where it shows that more than 84% of crash participants die in less than 5 minutes, when an average emergency time, emergency arrival time, is around 8 to 10 minutes. So if we can reduce this arrival time to 3 or 4 minutes, probably we could save a lot of people. And we try to provide this required quick response for the operator to make a decision. With our solution, average emergency arrival time could be reduced up to 2 to 3 minutes. And we estimated, based on the same example of Missouri State, that if our solution would have implemented, we could save up to 37,000 people in 2016. And this would have saved up to $95 million for the state. And at the same time, we could reduce operation cost of traffic operations center up to $2.5 million. Besides of these direct benefits, there is also some indirect benefits like reduced congestion on the roads, because we deal with the car crash in a timely manner. So I think it's time for the product demo. I will try to share my screen. Probably.
So just to recap, EV Accidents is a plugin for Powered by NX products. It'll work with any of them, right?
Yeah.
And that is all it is. It's just a plugin. Correct?
Yes, actually, that's correct, Tony. We developed a plugin to provide the minimum basic functionality to work with an accident. And if we will see that this is required functionality and you need some reports, for example, or you need some additional info, we can develop it pretty quickly. So this is the how system works. If you see my screen, I have already started the plugin, so it just showed you the accidents. Basically, that's it. And also, should I show the integration part right away?
Yeah, show us how the plugin's configured.
Okay. So I have another camera. This one is not configured yet. So we go to the camera settings. We just enable the plugin. Here you can configure that the captured accidents should be sent to this server. This is our just test server. We can uncheck it for now. Here you will configure the confidence level. Let's say 40%. Okay. So I will start recording as well to show bookmarks functionality. Okay, and I need to check the rules. Here's my analytics plugin. I will apply for another camera as well, and I will make it bookmark. Okay. So you can see that this one is so here's the bookmarks, and you can see that the system shows the captured video.
And if you scroll into the timeline, you ought to be able to see the bookmarks. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So the problem with that there is a lot of accidents right now because we have emulated video.
Yeah.
And in real life, you don't have so much accidents.
I hope not. Otherwise, a lot of people are dying, right?
Yeah. So basically, yeah, you will see bookmarks here, and also they will be shown on the timeline. You can go to each bookmark and see the accident.
Hey Slava, when you set up the plugin the first time, can you click on the menu and go to System Settings? No, the menu. Sorry, the hamburger menu.
Yeah, sure.
System Administration. You go to Plugins. Yeah.
It's just here.
So it's just blank when you put it in there. There's nothing to configure there. It's on a per camera basis.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So I think that's it.
It's pretty straightforward. Let me go back to the presentation.
Yeah.
So for pricing models, you have monthly subscription, event-based payment for on-prem solutions, and then custom quotation based off of individual client needs. So just to be clear, Edgevision is a brand new product. You guys have just completed it. Is that right?
Yeah, we have developed this solution not while ago, and we have one system in production testing in Russia. We already captured one accident in December on this system. We still looking for the best business model, let's say. That's why we are open for, we are pretty flexible. It could be a monthly subscription if you work with this such of monetization, right? It could be event-based payment. We think of this as well. So just reach me and we can discuss about.
So you're just looking for opportunities right now to kind of perfect your model, basically, on what the market wants.
Yeah, we try to understand. We try to understand what market wants and adapt to the clients.
Gotcha. All right.
So yeah, and there is a surprise party. We can provide for free testing our plugin for webinar attendees.
Cool. So if anybody has a project they're thinking about using this on, they should get in contact with you because you can give them a month worth of trial for their customers.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Pretty straightforward. I mean, this is honestly, guys, this is the first solution we've had, and it's something we thought about when we were creating the metadata SDK, was helping computer vision companies who have analytics capabilities, but not necessarily have a front end for their solution, to put out something that they can actually monetize. And this is a really good example of it, where Edgevision has come up with something that's, I haven't seen accident detection yet on our system. So it's a kind of unique feature. Anywhere you got a lot of traffic management, a lot of transportation flow, this could work. So I have a different question. Would it detect collisions between individuals?
I'm not sure about individuals. We didn't test it.
Yeah. So does it have something to do with the way you guys wrote it? Does it have something to do with the size and the speed of the objects?
Yes. It's shape of the object, its speed. There's different parameters we use for algorithm training, but I think it won't detect collision of individuals.
Another question you said was you can send the clip back to your server for additional training.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
That's possible because we train not on a single picture, but on a 15 frames capture.
Right.
So basically, we need only 50 frames of an accident to understand if there is an accident.
So and how would someone send that information back to your system for additional training? Is it something that's built in based off like the plugin, or is there some dual component to it?
It's built. I mean, the possibility is built into the plugin. You just need to enter the IP address of the server where the data should be sent, and we will provide the address for the customer who want to improve their system.
Gotcha. Are there any questions, guys? It's pretty straightforward. I don't see any questions coming through. Apparently, this is the only presentation we'll ever have without questions.
Yeah, there is no question. Everything is just like very simple.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's interesting. Shane asked, this will work with Hanwha Wave. This will work with any powered by NX product that's version 4.0 or higher. So Wave would be one of those solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a plug-in that runs on the server application. So basically, you'd set up an Ubuntu Linux server and then set your VMS on it. Probably you can do it all in one box. Calculate the number of the amount of CPU power you need in order to be able to do the calculations. So one question for you, Slava, is when it's analyzing, does it look at the high-res stream from NX, or is it pulling low-res stream from NX?
It takes like original stream.
It's the original stream, the high-res stream.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But I think we can work with different camera settings depending on the customer needs.
So you could potentially increase the number of channels that you're looking at if you decrease the resolution of the stream that's sending to EV accidents?
Yeah.
Okay. So it can be tweaked. So the hardware requirement you gave us before is for the high-res stream.
The one we worked with, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any more questions early Wednesday morning in California? I'm gonna give you guys one more minute. Any questions you can think of? I know it's not a super complex solution, so it's okay if you don't have them. And how long ago, I got a question. How long ago did you guys start working on this?
Well, actually, we started more than a year ago, but probably 9 to 12 months, it was like a research part.
9 to 12 months research?
Yeah,
training.
and only on the fall, we started to implement it as a product.
So how long did it take you to do the integration?
I think it's a tricky question because firstly, we use API for integration. We did it probably in 1 month. But then we switched to SDK because we couldn't use all the functionality of NX server. And probably SDK version took us maybe 1.5 months.
So on the SDK version, I noticed that in the demos you gave, there were no bounding boxes that were coming through.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a kind of again, if we talk about the technology, we don't detect objects on a picture on a frame from the camera. That's why we cannot right now. We don't provide the bounding boxes. We just understand.
Yeah, I got it. Is that something you guys are planning on implementing so you can see like where the accident took place?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah, because I could see that being very useful for like analyzing like individual intersections to see where most people are having accidents. Right?
Yeah, I
like
agree.
a bad left turn lane or something like that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tony.
Cool. And then in terms of reporting, I mean, I asked you about this earlier. Are you guys planning on building out more of a reporting interface to look at like the number of accidents over time, or the types of accidents that take place?
Yeah, we're thinking about it, but we don't want to hallucinize, let's say, and imagine something unuseful. We're trying to get the feedback from the industry and implement what is useful and valuable.
That's what I was going to say. So if you've got a large project and the customer has a requirement, some of that reporting stuff, you guys would be interested in hearing their feature requests, and you guys would implement based off of like opportunities.
Yeah, right? Yes, for sure.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, if there are no questions, then I think we will let everybody jump off in just half an hour today. So no more questions came in. All right, Slava, thank you very much. Guys, if you have any questions, it's on the email right there, slava@edgevision.pro. You guys can reach out to Slava and ask him for a quotation or talk to him about your project requirements.
Yeah.
And like always, we'll be putting this webinar up on our YouTube channel and our social media. So if you fell asleep during part of it, or you want to rewatch it, it'll be there for you. All right, Slava, thank you very much again.
Yeah, thank you,
taking
Tony.
the time to show us this, and everybody have a good day.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.